So if you haven't checked out the bundles in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, you might have missed the 10,000 Lapis Omniprism bundle. We just had a 10,000 Lapis Rainbow Summon, so it's clear that Gumi's trying to suck us dry out of all of our Lapis. But even so, an offer that's tempting is no less sweet as it appears, so let's discuss. Is this Omniprism bundle worth your Lapis? So let's get into it. This is the 4th Omniprism bundle available to us since the game's release, so that should put matters a bit into perspective. To better frame it, the first Omniprism was such a hit that Gumi released a second bundle just because they were surprised that so many players bought it. I myself have 2 Omniprisms. I skipped the 3rd bundle. A free-to-play has to save up Lapis somehow. Now, what is an Omniprism? An Omniprism, as the name suggests, is an omnipotent prism. That doesn't mean it'll clear all of the trials that you're struggling with. Wait, actually it might. You see, this prism can awaken any unit into its 7-star form. And by any unit, I mean any, including limited time units. If you got any good units from the 10,000 Lapis Rainbow Summon that you'd like to awaken, then this might be a good deal for you. But with that said, it makes sense that the game would try to make you use this Omniprism at the earliest moment. After all, then you're short 1 Omniprism and are more susceptible to buying another one. You see, once you've gotten an Omniprism, the game will let you awaken any unit. It doesn't help that the Omniprism's color looks the same as a regular prism, so make sure you keep a careful eye on your materials. Thankfully, the game isn't absolutely despicable. It will use a regular prism first if you possess it, and if you accidentally click the wrong button, it will shoot out a warning before using it. Yet regardless, the ability to awaken a unit that you may no longer have the ability to do so is an incredible boon. Say, for instance, you summon Edward Elric from the Full Metal Alchemist collaboration, but only managed to do so once. You lack his prism to get him to his shiny 7-star form, right? But with the Omniprism, you too can possess a powerful unit capable of doing powerful things, like going up against the homunculus ruler of your nation. Wait, does that count as spoilers? Now, even if you don't have a unit that you wish to awaken, it's not a bad idea to keep it in reserve. I think you'd only need 1. The reason I have 2 is because I doubted that the bundle would come again so soon. But if you wish to pull on a banner that's about to arrive, make sure you keep your current amount of Lapis in mind. Completing an entire lap of a summon banner should cost about 25,000 Lapis, which has a good chance of netting you a single featured rainbow unit. If you can afford using up 10,000 Lapis, then go ahead and buy the bundle. But what if you want to look really long term? With Neo Visions announced, the value of these Omniprisms seems to have dropped by a small amount. On a side note, if they make a limited unit a Neo Vision, attaining enough copies to fully complete them will be painful. And back on topic, Omniprism bundle. What else is included? We get a Perma Premium 10+1 summon ticket, guaranteed to summon only 4-star or higher units. Then there are 2 5-star guaranteed EX tickets, giving you a single 5-star unit for each ticket. There are 15 King Burst pots to instantly level up a unit's limit burst level, and 2 10% Trust Mugos. Honestly, just the Omniprism itself is probably worth close enough to 10,000 Lapis. After all, getting a second copy of a unit isn't always a cheap process. The rest of it is just icing on a cake, and it's up to you to bite into it. The overall value of the bundle is good for both veterans and the beginner players alike, so it's certainly not a ripoff. But how many Omniprisms should I aim to buy? After all, you don't want to become a hoarder. That's a great point, me. I myself plan to skip this 4th bundle. I already have 2 Omniprisms, and while that may not seem like a lot, I've also spent a lot of Lapis. The Final Fantasy VII Advent Children banner really took a chunk out of my Lapis wallet. Go check out my video of that summon video, and see how much I lost, and how much I gained. But keep in mind that I've already decided to spend 20,000 Lapis on 2 Omniprisms in the past, so that should speak in its favor. Now, there is one more point that I didn't consider yet. What if I don't have a limited unit to begin with, or I don't plan on summoning one? Collaborations tend to be scarce after all, since getting one to begin must cost a lot of money. Though I don't know the complete veracity of that statement, I can assure you that there are limited banners that will get their reruns, like the ones during Christmas or the Lunar Festival. Old units like Aang and Levinson are still powerful, though it's true that they'll eventually fall behind. There's not much value for Gumi if they keep the older units as powerful as any new ones that they release. Regardless, the chance of getting multiple copies of them will decrease as Gumi releases new units, so there's a good reason to get an Omniprism. Even if you don't have a single limited unit, it's not a bad idea to purchase it just to have something to fall back on. Alright, one more point of contention. Am I really going to use this? I mean, I have 2 Omniprisms, and if I haven't used it since the bundle's first release, doesn't that mean that nothing released has been worth it? My answer to that is no, of course not. There are plenty of units that I would awaken to 7-star even if they're not the best, just because I like them as a character. I actually plan to use the Omniprism on 11 or Serena from the Dragon Quest XI collaboration, just because I was a fan of that game. But fortunately I managed to pull 2 copies of them from the free tickets provided, so I didn't need to worry about that. But if I had pulled, say, Jade, and failed to get a second copy, I would have used the Omniprism in a heartbeat. Now, I understand that you may not have a favorite unit in the Final Fantasy franchise, nor in any of the past collaborations at all, and that's perfectly fine. There is no need to force yourself into buying something that you know you're not going to use. But regardless, I hope this video conveyed the value of the Omniprism bundle and helped you make a decision. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Comment below on your thoughts on this matter, and tell me if you plan to purchase it or not.